This is a parody. When you write a book, you should not steal from Star Wars or any other creative properties. Bah. Disney don't sue me. Disney don't sue me. Bah, 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 bah. Bum, 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 dun, dun, sh, bum, 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 dun, sh, dun, bum, 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 dun, sh, dun, bum, bum, dun, bum, 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 dun, sh, dun, 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 bum, 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 dun, 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 bum, bum, dun, sh, dun, 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 bum, dun, sh, dun, 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 bum, bum, dun, 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 sh, dun, 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 sh, dun, 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 dun. How not to write Star Wars? When I tell people I'm a sci-fi author, they typically say the same thing. I'm a sci-fi author. Oh my god, I love Star Wars. Star Wars is science fantasy, not science fiction. There's a difference. Since people clearly think of Star Wars when they think of sci-fi, just write a Star Wars story and slap a new name on it. It's what they want. Just remember to have a generic sci-fi term like quantum or universe in the title, that way people don't get confused with what they're signing up for. Galaxy battle. To write your Star Wars story, you want to start with one essential element. That element is a love triangle including your main character and their sister. Just kidding. You are going to want to include a love triangle though, that way you don't have to think too hard about the romantic subplot. Whether or not it includes multiple relatives is up to you. The actual essential element to a Star Wars story is the chosen one. In order for your reader to care about your main character, they have to be destined to do something. I didn't want to play this card, but I'm the chosen one. Chosen one to bring balance, and that means I'm actually not quite sure. It's better not to get into too much detail of what this prophecy actually says, because then the reader will know the ending. This way, you keep them guessing. The important thing is that you have a chosen one, their values are pure and honest, and the plot revolves around them being the chosen one. Now, in terms of how complex this plot has to be, that's completely up to you. Your plot can be about anything from escaping bad guys to trade disputes. The key there, though, is bad guys. Star Wars stories have good guys and they have bad guys. Characters in your story should be one or the other. You don't want readers to be focused on the morality of different actions. You want them to be focused on your chosen one, the one destined to sell merchandise, save the galaxy. To make this easier on the readers, heroes and villains should be easily distinguishable. Try using a feature like colors so don't get confused. Good? Evil. Speaking of colors, energy swords are an absolute must. Come on, what's more exciting? Target acquired. Womp womp. Womp womp. Oh shit. The nuances of modern and future warfare are simply too complex. Who wants to watch a fight scene between two snipers miles away? Sword fights are just so much cooler. Just make sure you make an excuse for why projectile weapons are all of a sudden obsolete. You don't have to put a lot of effort into this. People don't really give a shit. How could the readers ask questions when they're so focused on those awesome sword fighting scenes? You can have characters lose limbs so the reader knows who won the fight. Speaking of fights, it's hard to comprehend how complicated space warfare would be, so don't bother. Instead, write a naval battle and take out the water. Big ship slow, little ship fast. It's not like without gravity, larger ships could reach the same speeds or anything. Speaking of speed, make sure there's some sort of speed travel in your story, that way there's not months and months of just space travel. Nobody wants to read that. We are set to arrive in 17 years. God damn it. Also, your space battle should have lots and lots of explosions. Actually, space is a void, so there are no explosions. Also, you can't hear sound. Shut up, nerd. Now, the current nuclear arsenal on Earth is actually enough to get rid of all life on the planet. However, nukes are not as cinematic as planet-destroying weapons. Besides, the Chosen One can't take out thousands of nukes in one clear shot to save the planet. Ah, planets. The possibilities are almost endless. Look at all the diverse planets and moons in our solar system. It can be easy to get lost in the world building of a sci-fi world, so make it simple on yourself. Every planet in your story should be defined by one over-exaggerated feature. In addition, out of all the interesting planets in your story, you're going to want to focus on the desert one. That way, the reader can focus on the chosen one. Even with a simple planet, these planets can be home to so many different unique life forms. These unique life forms can even make you question the definition of life we currently have. To make it more simple, all the aliens should resemble Earth-like creatures. Most of them should also be humanoid and attractive, that way we can sexualize them. The only reason we even have aliens anyway is so we can sell merchandise in the future. You also don't want to overanalyze why all these aliens are human-like. We're writing this story to have fun, not to get all existential. Finally, I understand this can be complicated, but fortunately you have a secret weapon. Space wizards. Find yourself stuck on a plot hole? It's a good thing the Space Wizard's new ability can resolve it. Oh no, it's too dark to see anything. Good thing I just remembered I have the power to manifest light. In order to keep your Space Wizards valuable, be sure to keep the extent of their abilities vague. That way you can power them up and down as you see fit. Now you know how to write Star Wars. So get writing. If you know any more tips to write Star Wars stories that I might have missed, be sure to drop them in the comments. Thanks for watching. Good luck writing your Star Wars knockoff. This writer has a bad motivator.